So this morning I'm up pretty early. It's about 6:30, and I had a really strange smell coming from our pantry. It smelled like paint, and we searched for a couple of days to try to figure out what it was, and found these. We had a rotten lemon in the pantry. So what I realized was, even though I've bought all these lemons, I've bought like 2 or 3 bags of lemons to do hot toddies. Yes, we do hot toddies when people are sick in the house, because there isn't a lot of access to Theraflu and stuff like that. So I bought a whole stockpile of lemons, and when I saw that one had rotted, I thought, these aren't going to last long enough for anybody to get sick. So here's what we're doing. We're going to juice them. I've got them all nice and cut up. I've got this cool juicer that my daughter got for Christmas from Williams-Sonoma. It is so nice. It gets every single flipping drop of lemon juice out of this lemon. So all I have to do is squeeze it. It gets so much out that it suctions the lemon onto the back side. It's a little bit difficult to even pull it off of there. Best juicer ever. So I've got a full morning of lemon squeezing, and actually I say full morning, it shouldn't be that long because this thing does it so quickly. You have to put a lot of muscle into those juicers that have like the cup thing on top that you gotta, but not these suckers. It's just a couple of seconds holding on to it, and then gets all of it out of there. Anyway, there's a better shot of the lemons. I've already juiced through 1 bag. That's my second bag. And as you can see, I've gotten about 8 ounces out of 1 bag, which is not a lot, but you don't need a lot to make a hot toddy. You really only need the juice of about a half of a lemon. Throw it in there and close that up. So squeeze it. As you can see, that is only about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons, but that's really all you need for a hot toddy. If you really like sour, you can use an entire lemon, but being as that we're in the house and not supposed to go out much, be judicious about how much you use of the things in your house. I know that the grocery is getting sparse of supplies. I talked to a couple of different people who went yesterday and couldn't get any toilet paper, and I was so sad for them. I mean, toilet paper, that's essential, right? Lucky for me, I happened to hear somebody on CBS 2 days ago mention stocking up for a couple of weeks like you're in a snowstorm, and I thought, holy moly, are you serious? Did you just say that on national news? And I already had my cart on Kroger.com full of things waiting for somebody to say something like that. And I mean, I hit the send button, went and got my groceries, didn't have to wait in line, didn't have to fight a crowd. And then within about 24 hours, more people were saying the same thing. And voila, nothing left at the grocery. Actually, you can grate the lemon rind off of there and use it instead of salt if you're making anything for dinner tonight. And you need quite a bit of it to make a good meal. Like if you do green beans or asparagus, it's a nice thing to use as a seasoning instead of salt, and it is fabulous. I mean, absolutely fabulous. There we go. Just a few tablespoons. Squeeze it really well, get it all out of there. And then pull that thing off of there and throw it in the trash. So anyway, I have juiced all my lemons, and as you can see, 16 ounces. Looks like you get about 8 ounces a bag. That is enough lemon juice to make hot toddies for a while. Not forever, but we're a family of 4, so we should be able to get quite a few out of that. Now the question is, what do you do with that? Because this will go bad too, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to freeze it. So we have moved over to the sink, and as you can see, I've laid out a lot of bags because I want to make sure that I only put out enough lemon juice for 1 day, because you don't want to take your lemon juice out and thaw it all at the same time, freeze it, thaw it, freeze it, because you'll start losing some of the lemon juice. Freezers dehydrate. You've heard of freeze-dried food. So we're going to start looking at the juice and maybe doing about an ounce per bag because you only need a few tablespoons, but I can't do this one-handed. So I'm going to bag things and I will let you see in a minute. Okay, so as you can see, I have juiced all my lemons. I said I was going to do an ounce, but I did about 2 or 3 ounces per bag. I've squeezed as much air as possible out, and the way you kind of do that is you close the bag right to the corner, and then you start pushing air out, and then right at the last second, squeeze that shut. And then I have flattened out a paper plate because when you freeze these, you want them as flat as possible so that when you get them out, that's as thick as your frozen lemon is, so it will thaw very quickly. So I took a paper plate, flattened it as much as possible because we have a freezer that opens like this, and you gotta lay it right on top of things, and there's nothing in there that is gonna look flat. So we lay things back like that once we get them all flattened back out. And I'm gonna pile these up on here as well. Get them as flat as possible and stick them in the freezer. So anyway, that is what I'm doing this early Corona morning. Instead of going to the grocery or going to visit people. Actually, I don't really do much anyway. I spend most of my time on the weekends working, but the point is, I hope everybody's able to find something a little bit productive to do inside the home instead of going out and doing whatever you normally do. Hope you stay safe, stay well, stay healthy.